Hey, have you ever visited the pyramids in Egypt?
I haven't, but I've always wanted to. The Great Pyramids of Giza are so iconic. What about you? Have you been there?
Yes, I visited them a couple of years ago. It's such a surreal experience. You see them in photos and documentaries, but standing in front of them is just something else.
I can imagine. They're one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, right? What's it like up close?
Exactly, they're one of the last surviving wonders. Up close, they're massive. You can't really grasp the scale until you're standing at the base. The Great Pyramid, for example, was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years.
That's incredible. How were they able to build something like that back then without modern technology?
That's one of the most fascinating things about them. The pyramids were built around 4,500 years ago, and it's still unclear exactly how they did it. Most theories suggest they used a massive workforce and simple tools like ramps to move the huge limestone blocks into place. The precision with which they aligned the pyramids with the cardinal points of the compass is impressive too.
It's amazing how advanced they were in mathematics and engineering for their time. Did you go inside any of the pyramids?
Yes, I went inside the Great Pyramid, into the King's Chamber. It's a narrow passage that leads to the chamber, and it feels pretty claustrophobic at times, but it's worth it. The chamber itself is surprisingly simple, just stone walls with a large empty sarcophagus. No treasures, though, since most of them were looted centuries ago.
That must have been quite an adventure. Do you know why the pyramids were built? I've heard they were tombs for the pharaohs, but is that the whole story?
Yes, they were primarily built as tombs for the pharaohs, specifically, the Old Kingdom pharaohs. The pyramids were meant to help them in their journey to the afterlife. The Egyptians believed the pharaohs would ascend to the heavens, and the pyramid shape, which points towards the sky, might symbolize this ascension.
That's a fascinating belief. And what about the Sphinx? It's often pictured next to the pyramids, right?
Yes, the Sphinx is right there, guarding the pyramids. It's a massive limestone statue with the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh, likely Khafre, who is thought to have commissioned it. It's actually the largest monolithic statue in the world. There's still a lot of mystery surrounding the Sphinx, like its exact purpose and when it was built.
The Sphinx and the pyramids together must make for an incredible sight. I bet they give you a real sense of Egypt's ancient grandeur.
Absolutely. It's one of those places where you feel the weight of history around you. You start thinking about how many people it took to build them, the time it must have taken, and what life was like back then. It's an amazing connection to the past.
I've got to see them in person one day. It must be such a humbling experience standing in front of those ancient structures.
Definitely. If you ever get the chance, don't hesitate. It's a trip you won't forget.
Thanks for sharing your experience. It's made me even more eager to visit.
Anytime. I hope you get to see them soon.